likes to go hiking, sometimes with her sister, sometimes with her dog, sometimes by herself. If she's going hiking, I ask her to let me know where she's going and roughly when she'll be home. I want to know so in case something happens, I know when to be concerned and where to start looking. She's grumbled about it a little bit before, but it's mostly because it's mostly never caused any issues until a couple of days ago. She had her free time night on Monday and told me she was hanging out with her sister. Tuesday morning, I asked how her sister was doing and if they had fun. She told me everything was good and they had a good time hiking together. I said something like, "Hey, please remember to let me know where you're going and when you'll be home if you're going hiking." And she blew up on me. She said she's so tired of me trying to control her free time and that it's not fair of me to try and micromanage what she does and where she goes when she never does that to me. It turned into an argument from there and we're both still pretty annoyed about it. From my perspective, it's not about controlling her, it's about safety. She's out in the woods, sometimes after dark, sometimes by herself. She isn't always in areas with cell phone coverage. I worry if she gets hurt or lost or if something happens to her. I wouldn't have a clue where to send help unless she tells me where she's going to be. She argues that she doesn't ask for that kind of information from me when I'm having free time, but I'm not doing activities that involve the same sort of risks. Okay, so I definitely don't think that's he is the asshole, because, I mean, I think, like, I don't know, maybe she feels like he is asking her too many questions, and maybe he is asking her too many questions. Like, in real life, I mean, we don't really know what actually happened, but if all he's asking is, like, where she's gonna be, I don't think that that's, like, a bad thing at all. I think that's pretty normal, and especially because he's explained why he wants to know. And it's not, I don't know, like, I don't think it's very controlling, but maybe in real life he's acting different. But yeah, I don't know, I definitely don't think he's like the asshole for that. But anyways, I'm gonna go to the next one, which seems a bit more crazy, and it is called, "Am I the asshole for killing my husband because I found out through another Reddit thread that he cheated on me?" So the next one that I found that caught my eyes. Am I the asshole for shitting on my girlfriend's family's floor? Okay, so, it says, essentially, I, 32 male, went to my girlfriend's 27 female house for a date. I hadn't seen her for a while as I was working across the country on a project, so naturally I was quite excited to see her. I'm very friendly with her family and was delighted to see that her father, a chef, had cooked a delicious meal and I was getting reacquainted with them. As I said, I hadn't seen my girlfriend in 2 months, and it was a wonderful occasion and we were talking. I will admit I had a few drinks and the atmosphere was pretty good, and there was great music, great vibes all around. I was eating from this delicious, freshly cooked banquet, and her cousins started to arrive. I was delighted to meet them. As I said, I'm very good friends with the extended family, and we really started hitting it off. I had a few more drinks, and I will admit I was starting to get a bit nauseous and tired, although I had just came off of an 8-hour flight, so I chalked it down to that. I will note at this point that I suffer from IBS, and I take medication for it. I feel the need basically he poops, and he's going into a lot of detail. Then he says he's quite dizzy. I wash my hands and head back out to the party. We are talking, chilling, and there is all around great vibes when my girlfriend's cousin, let's call him Chuck, comes out to the kitchen and whispers something to my girlfriend's uncle. He walks out and I hear aloud, "What the fuck?" We all sort of walk out, and I look into the door to see a disgusting drizzle of crap all around the door side of the toilet, and it looks disgusting. My girlfriend's father walks out and also says, "What the F?" And I'm nervous. I say to him, "I think I saw Tucker, one of my girlfriend's cousins, looking a bit sick." But then, just in my horrible luck, Tucker, also a fake name, comes out and says, "What the F, are you serious?" At this point, I am shitting bricks, thankfully not literally, and I'm looking for any way out of this situation. There's like 7 to 8 people at the party, but most of them have arrived quite recently, and I'm the only one who was known to have gone in the bathroom. My girlfriend's mother starts crying, and I feel awful. Basically, the whole atmosphere is ruined. My girlfriend's dad goes in to clean it up with her brother, and I walk back to the kitchen, but there is a very edgy vibe for the rest of the evening, and I feel like my girlfriend might suspect something. Wow. So I looked back at the middle of the story, and it says I lost my positioning and I slipped to the side, but I regained my posture. So I think he was on the toilet and he fell, apparently, and it got on the floor. So this is an interesting situation. So he has IBS, like things happen. But first of all, how did he not notice that he literally pooped on the floor is a little bit strange. And also, he really let them clean it up. Like, obviously nobody wants to, like, admit that it was them, but he could have offered to help. And then, oh my god, and then he also blamed her cousin. He said he blamed her cousin Tucker. So not only did he poop on the floor, but then he tried to blame someone else, and then he made the girlfriend's dad clean it up. That's just all. Yeah, I would say this guy is the asshole in this situation. I'm gonna read some of the comments. Somebody said I had to go back and read how old he was, like 32, and he won't admit he had an accident. Yeah, and somebody said, oh, he was dizzy. Yeah. So, yeah, people are agreeing with, or not agreeing with him. Yes. IBS is not an excuse for your actions. How exactly did you lose your positioning on the toilet? Were you sitting on the seat or were you standing above it? Yeah, that's a very interesting story. Yeah, when I saw the title, I was assuming that, doesn't